In Washington, scandals come and go, but few names cast a shadow as long, as dark, and as politically toxic as Jeffrey Epstein. Now, the Epstein files are back, sending shockwaves through the corridors of power, rattling a fragile Republican Party, and landing right at the doorstep of the White House. Tonight, we uncover how new revelations are reigniting old controversies, and why this couldn't have come at a worse time for President Donald Trump. It was already a brutal week for the president. His party suffered losses at the polls. The Supreme Court raised doubts about his prize tariffs. Republicans were publicly feuding over accusations of antisemitism. And just as the administration hoped to celebrate the end of a 43-day government shutdown, another story broke. House Democrats released a set of documents that reopened one of America's darkest chapters, the Epstein case. According to these newly released documents, Epstein allegedly told investigators that Donald Trump knew about the girls the late financier trafficked. There's no concrete evidence linking Trump to Epstein's criminal operation, and the president has strongly denied any wrongdoing. But politically, the damage was done. The story dominated headlines, fueled speculation online, and once again tied the president's name to one of the most notorious sex crimes of the modern era. Inside the West Wing, aides scrambled to contain the fallout. White House Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt called it another distraction campaign by Democrats and the liberal media. Behind closed doors, officials insisted the controversy wasn't catastrophic, just annoying. One senior official told reporters, "We're used to waking up not knowing what the day will bring. That's the nature of this job." Another added, "We've worked for a president who was indicted and almost killed. Nothing surprises us anymore." But Trump himself wasn't so dismissive. On Truth Social, he warned Republicans not to fall into the trap set by Democrats, pushing for a vote to release the Epstein files. The measure, co-sponsored by Democrat Ro Khanna and Republican Thomas Massie, could compel the Justice Department to release nearly all Epstein-related documents within 30 days. Khanna told reporters he expects between 40 and 50 Republicans to join Democrats in supporting the motion. "I'm certain the House vote will succeed," Massie said, hinting that even more GOP members might back the measure when the time comes. If passed, it would shed light on Epstein's powerful connections, from financiers and royals to world leaders. This isn't the first time the Epstein files have shaken Washington. Just months earlier, the Justice Department announced that no files from the investigation would be made public, igniting a storm among prominent MAGA figures. Steve Bannon, Tucker Carlson, and Marjorie Taylor Greene led weeks of outrage online. The White House found itself trapped in a political firestorm, a struggle between transparency, loyalty, and damage control. Now, the GOP finds itself once again divided. The president's base remains steadfast, but the party's moderate wing is growing uneasy. Polls show that most Americans remain focused on economic hardship, not scandal. Yet within conservative circles, there's a growing fear that political opportunists are weaponizing the Epstein conversation to weaken Trump's influence from within. As December approaches, all eyes turn to Capitol Hill. The vote to release the Epstein files could become one of the most consequential political moments of the year. Supporters argue it's about transparency. Critics say it's a political trap designed to humiliate the president. Behind the scenes, the White House is pressuring some Republican women to withdraw their support, a move that has only deepened the perception of internal panic. Far-right activist Laura Loomer warned months ago that the Epstein scandal would consume Trump's presidency. Today, she claims her prediction has come true, not because the president is guilty, she says, but because Democrats won't allow him to have a successful term. In her words, the Epstein files are the next Russia collusion hoax. Whether the Epstein files reveal new truths or simply reopen old wounds, one thing is clear. The fallout is far from over. And for the White House, this is just the beginning of another long, unpredictable storm.